Welcome back, everybody, to our Black Draconian Ice Elementalist of Jiyva. Last we left off, we cleared through our snake, and we also unlocked our Jiyva-oriented rune, the slime rune, for free. We got a few things. I forgot. It was just the ring, really, in terms of usable stuff, in terms the rand arts and the all that stuff that Jiyva slimes don't eat up in the slime end vault thing. Um, yeah, we do have a new shield that we're kind of working on here. Let me double check. 4% with refridge versus 9%. It's pretty darn close. I think I can do it now. So I think we're officially in that shield's territory. I'm going to keep, I mean, until it stops me from training at +4, I'll keep popping up that shield training. Yeah. So I think I feel safe enchanting armor. I didn't get any tower shields. So that's that. It is of cold. And so with our current +2 of RC from Jiyva, it's kind of just a shield. But eventually we're probably going to lose that, that buff from Jiyva because it cycles through as the game progresses. And so I'm not too concerned about that. Once it goes away, I'll still have RC. So in terms of purchasing things, we're holding off for the Book of Blasting, probably, but this Repulsion Cloak is great. So that's exciting. I actually, it's tough because, like, the will also be good if and when I do Elven Halls. So it's like, oh, do I want to, buy IMB? Or do I want to have all this nice cloak action? Tough to say. In terms of spells, we're kind of going strong now. We're not going to get a bunch of gold because Jiyva eats up the gold, so that's a tough part. But we'll see where we go from here. I don't think I have like a bunch of amnesia. I only have one, so I'm afraid to use it to like clear up spells because I may actually only get like one shot at removing a spell in the future, and so I have to make sure I manage my spell points cleanly. Do I still want to maintain our poison and see invis as a default? Maybe not. I might just want to put on the willpower ring, or maybe magical power. Probably willpower. And then if I need some our poison, I'll pop it on. And so now I have 3 will. That's cool. Like, that's good enough for Elven Halls. And so if I don't get that cloak before Elven Halls, it's not the end of the world. Although, like, that cloak is the anti-Elven Halls cloak because their archery-style elves gets repulsed, and the magic, the will, is obviously a sealant against the magic spells. Let's summon our guy, and let's take care of that. Now I have flying from this Black Draconian level up, which is very relevant for Shoals, which is always nice to get swimming or flying with Shoals. It just makes things a lot more smooth. It doesn't like beat it like how being Jiyva beats slime pits, but it's certainly beneficial. It's gonna freeze the screen. What are these boots? Just +2, doesn't do anything. Translocation book. It's gonna freeze the things. They're never gonna stay in my cloud, so I might as well just dump the magic in. If you can't collect them together, that's where freezing comes in handy because it hits them all, regardless of where they are. What am I waiting for? Mana core. Okay. I don't want to be spamming the freezing cloud or the fridge that well. It's not a guaranteed cast, and it's very mana intensive. I mean, I have good mana regen from Jiyva, but it's not infinite. It's no staff of energy, or what it used to, whatever. There used to be a staff of energy that you would equip, and then you would do screen killing spells, and it would give you the energy back when I think when things died. And so you could just like one shot, or you could spam one-shotting abilities that cover the whole screen, like Ignition. And it was just an infinite combo of everything on the screen is dead. Everything on the screen is dead. And you never needed to wait for mana. It was crazy. I don't think there's a Staff of Energy anymore. There's an Orb of Energy, but it's not the same thing. Cool. Shoals done. Or Shoals 1 is done. What's Shroud? Oh, did I just get Repulse built in? May deflect the attack. Reconstitute. Interesting. Is it technically Repulse? Or do they call it Shroud? Slime Shroud. Not sure. Jiyva's a weird little guy. Makes weird things happen. Certainly not as bad as Zom, for sure. Because they're all positive mutation shenanigans, but... Or, you know, positive, quote-unquote, assuming... You know, you're doing what it's given you. Doesn't mean it's always going to synergize with what you're doing. Roxanne. I don't care about Roxanne enough. Let's freeze a fridge, I guess. Staff of Fire, I don't think I'm going to go for that. No need to even waste the inventory. That's not in our game plan today. Ooh, we got a... Whatever his name is. I'm going to fresh cast. I'm going to freezing cloud. It's not going great. I can Phantom Mirror him. I think he's my bud still. I don't think he likes me, though. I guess my freezing cloud shifted his perspective. I think I'm going to probably Slimify. How does Slimify work? Here, coat weapons or your fists. Turn to next living or corporate. Okay, so it's not. This is a demonic, I assume, right? So it won't collapse this guy. Yeah, he's demonic. Yikes, the one time I actually use it, it's like... Alright. I can't use that either. I think I'm just gonna have to... teleport, reset this. Yeah, I'd rather just waste one teleport than a bunch of other stuff just to, you know, make that specific setup work for me. Rams can't swim, or yaks. Oh, there he is again. Anything to do? I could. Fridge. I'm not liking the output of fridge. Let's do that. I'm going to Uzi Mance the walls. And then I'm gonna lightning rod. I did my own, and I think it killed it. Yep. Okay, we're back to normal. Never forget you're a Draconian, and you can just breathe on things. I didn't know those guys could... I'm gonna say swim, though now that I think about it, I think they're so big that they can walk on big water. I think that's the concept. Cool. Spells. Cannonade is castable. I'm really afraid of learning spells, though, and then not having any ways to break out of them. Yeah, that's tough. Okay, Shoals 2 done. Too much action, immediately going up. And then I'm going to just take control and go down a different... What is this? Wellspring. Oh. Just a talisman. Looks like he didn't have a fun time against my clouds and lightning. Okay, summon my guy. Fridge really shreds this guy apart, though I don't have unlimited... I don't have unlimited... ooh, Kite Shield of Reflect. I have to pick that up. Can I just pick it up? No, I have to drop something. I won't do poison. So this is, I think, a better Kite Shield. The Reflect part. Obviously, we don't have the +3 built into it, but having the Reflect is way better than unnecessary cold, I suppose. So that'll help for our Elven Halls, for example. Come on. Ooh, nice. Book of Blasting. It's probably more expensive. Necro, not relevant. Spatial not relevant. And Tundra. Let me read this. Is this... Yeah. we're not Earth. That's the Earth ice one. So I got excited for a second there, guys, but the library is not open. What's here? Nothing. Ooh, another library. Okay, potential. Manual of staves isn't relevant. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. I don't think Rime Blight is our thing today. No. Dragon's Call, no. Tundra, we just saw one. Wilderness, that's like the tree summoning, right? Yeah. So, unfortunately, second library, nothing there either. To be fair to it, other than, like, what's the lightning... Jeez, what is it called? The one-shot... Maxwell's. If Maxwell's coupling... Unless we find one of those, we're pretty set on our spells. Other store, though. Nothing there. Alright. Shoals 3 is done. We can buy the blasting. I have the reflect shield now, so the repulse is not as crazy. So I think I get the Book of Blasting at this point. So let's travel there. Not sure why it's having an issue. I don't know how to get there. Where was it? It was in D10. Go D10. Go D10. I'm not sure why it doesn't know how to get to a store. Oh, yeah. Forgot it was in this little fire experiment thing. Okay, let's get that. Let's back away so we're not just getting fire for no reason. And now I can learn IMB, which is one of my favorite spells. And where am I going to put it? Probably under B. I'm not really doing much hailstorming these days. I'm not doing much frozen ramparting either, but I suppose when I get a next upgrade of an ability, I'll replace the frozen ramparts. Cool. Okay, go to Shoals A3. So we have 5 scrolls unknown. The math hasn't really changed. I don't want to waste a fear, I suppose, or a rev, so it's not worth breaking that up. We still only have 2 unknowns. One of them, like, haste is one of the 3 we don't know, and it's the most valuable of the 3 that we don't know. And I don't want to waste a haste out of nowhere. Cool. Okay, Shoals 4. Be interesting to see what kind of shoals we get. So far it's looking pretty open. So we're dealing with a kind of ice tower or tower castle-y shoals, and I guess most of them are ice flavored. So our goal is to stick at the stairs, clear anything that comes at us, and then you go inside the towers once you feel confident. And now I have IMB, so I can do this. Poop. It damages them aggressively and also pushes them back. It's a very convenient spell. And you can push them in directions based on like where you're positioned. So if I did something like, I don't know, like that, or I don't know, like that, I can push it into the freezing cloud. Okay, all our ups and downs are right beside each other. So this is not ideal. It's not the worst, but it is not ideal. There's a cloak, +2 cloak. Nope. Remember, we are Jiyva, So all these things are here for us, but more importantly, everything is eaten. So we gotta jump on things that appear. You only have a few seconds before the slimes start appearing on whatever floor you're at. They're helpful. They kind of corrode things and sometimes even kill things. But it is not ideal to lose stuff. See, watch, push back. Oh, some things don't like to be pushed. A Cloak of Prez. That gives us corrode and acid resistance. I think we already have that, so that's completely useless. If we don't have acid resistance, whatever, we're Jiyva. We've already got the rune of slime. It's not a big deal. Hey, we got plus will. We got plus 30% HP. Acidic saliva. What is this? Oh, it's just a corrosive bite. We lost that repulse barrier thing. Hey, we have horns on our head, but it doesn't matter. We don't have a hat, so it doesn't actually. I mean, horns don't help us offensively because we're not like that kind of player, but that's that. Okay, so these are all our ups and downs, and so we gotta base ourselves around this. It's not ideal, but we'll deal with it all the same. Let's freeze. Okay. Jiyva's at least given us super mana regen. It's not it's not infinite, but it's notable. And so we can use Fridge a little bit more liberally. Other people might be able to use it once and call it a day. We can use it twice and then have to think about it. Book. I don't want to stray too far from our stairs if we can help it for now. Because these merfolk come in from all directions and you don't want to be by yourself without escape. It's nice I have flying, so like the water is not as bad as it could be in terms of navigation and negative impacts. Although it's still saying I'm above, like it gives me this negative. I guess okay, it's just letting me know I'm flying. All right, I was for a second I'm like, am I getting a negative because I'm in water? Because if you're in water, you lose things sometimes. But at least it doesn't seem to be happening. All right, let's return back to the stair area. Okay. Mana's good. Block the path. A ring of evasion, not relevant. Okay, let's kind of cover our butt here. You never know. There might be like a kraken around the corner. I want to kind of return. Ooh, that's an alarm. You see, like these merfolk come out of nowhere. I don't know. They full roam, and then it's like, okay, I thought I cleared this area, so you got to be very careful. See, this guy's engulfed. So it's nice if you have a staff and you have the staff you've trained for and evocations. Staffs can like pierce through that scenario of being engulfed and locked down. Staffs are really good for gnolls for that reason, because you're guaranteed to train all the schools, and and evocation and staff training, and it's like a synergistic way of escaping the negatives of gnolls. Okay, let's return back here. At this point, I'll see what's up here. Okay, that one's already cleared. There's a store. Okay. The door for that one is on the other side. Nothing. Let's do this one now. Now this one has a trap. I'm actually going to do that one last. Because if I pull that and I hit the trap, which might happen, this one comes alive. Whereas this one, I could just probably just do this one by itself. Very potent combination of freezing, clouding the world, refrigging what's left, and popping off the difference with my essentially infinite regen. Oh, so this, interesting. This is a freezing Kraken. I'm just gonna do my electric and then kill it. I didn't want to have to mess with anything. It was immune to my freezing stuff. Bunch of demon tridents. No thanks today. And here's our rune. And then I can do this. Oh, I guess we got to wander over here. Oh, Arlek is not relevant. Our fire MP8 slay stealth. So that's really a ring of our fire and MP8, which is cool. A ring of fire but no cold. Dex slay fire. That's not really relevant. A ring of will and clairvoyance. That's, I think, the one that means that you don't get like confused and stuff. Yeah, so that's really nice. Ring of cold and -5 dex. That sucks. A ring of 8 int. That's interesting. So this is a lot of gold. I'm never going to get this gold, but I'll note them in case you do, you know. Okay, and our last things. Let's just freeze them out. I don't know, just pressing buttons. Okay. Cool. Oops. Hello. All right. So anything to buy? No, because I have no money. Where are we at with our character? Still the same where we last left off with our mutations. We now have our 3 runes, so technically we could just go all the way to Zot, enter Zot, and make it happen. I don't think I want to do that at what I assume is XL18. You mean if you want to rush it for reasons, I mean for like, you know, unlocking achievements and stuff or whatever, by all means, but we're going to play this like a classic game. So I think with our 4 will, the next step is Elven Halls. So we're going to park in Elven Halls 0. And we're just about ending the episode here, so I'll just cleanly do it here. So that's been episode, 4 or 5 of the Black Draconian Ice Elementalist of Jiyva. We now have all 3 of our runes. Our gear is pretty good. I mean, nothing fancy, really, because of the whole Jiyva eating everything. But it's good. For a Jiyva game, for sure it's good. I'm not going to complain about that staff. It's very synergistic. Do we have any spells I want to learn right now? Probably not. Conjure ball lightning is interesting, but I don't really like to mess with the ball lightnings because they can hit you back. It's pretty tough. Now I am our elect built in, but I don't know. I'm always afraid of dealing in that space. Our shield has stopped becoming a buff of learning. I think I still want to train it to like 14, so I'll leave it there. Fighting is looking good. Spellcasting, we still got some plus on that. Our Forgecraft is looking good. We still have room to improve the battle sphere, so that's fine to keep going. Plus, we have our servitor in the future if we do go that way. and we're pumping Conjuration, Ice, and Air because everything we do is Conjuration, Ice, and Air. Cool. So we'll end the episode here, and I'll see you next time where we tackle Elven Halls.